Hey everyone, as you saw in the title of this video, I'm just going to be breaking down the cold call strategy that I use to book on average 1 to 3 appointments a day for my social media marketing agency. And then if you don't know what cold calling is, it's essentially cold outreach with your phone. So you're going to find local businesses, or they don't have to be local if you want to call elsewhere. And you just pitch your service to them, try to book an appointment out of that call. And then in that appointment, after the call, you want to try to close them on your service so that they pay you monthly. And I'll kind of break down the whole process that I use from, first getting the leads, what scraping tool I use, how do I scrape the leads. And then I'll kind of break down how I store the leads and how I keep track of my metrics. So what's my pickup rate? How often do I get to my offer where they just hang up on me? Who have I already called? What did they say, et cetera, et cetera. And then I'll break down how I book the appointments. What post-call reminders do I send to the client to make sure that they actually show up to the meeting. And I don't want to waste any more of your time, so I guess we can just get straight into it. Now, one last thing before we get started. I don't want you guys to think that on your very first day of cold calling, you're going to go out there and book 3 appointments like that, because that's possible, but it's simply unrealistic. And it can happen, but it's likely not going to happen. And it's not because the system's bad. The system can work well and does work very well for me. But at the end of the day, it's not the systems, it's the way you can execute those systems. So you can have the best script, the best lead scraping tool, the best follow-ups, but if your tonality and your ability to actually convince people to buy your service on the phone isn't there, then you're not going to book meetings. It's that simple. And the only way to build and hone in on that skill and master your craft is by repetition. Fail, keep repeating, do more cold calls, and you'll get there. So with your first calls, I don't want you guys to go in there thinking, I need to book a meeting. I want you just to try to improve your skill as fast as possible. Now, what is cold calling? I already mentioned this in the intro. It's outreach via phone, so you're calling business owners on your phone and convincing them to buy your service, and they'll pay you to solve a problem in their business. Why you should do it? In my opinion, I think it's much more direct than cold emails and cold DMs, because when you think about it, with cold calls, you call them up, you get an instant yes or no. Are you interested in my service or are you not? Whereas with DMs, you can get left on red, people cannot view your message, you can get blocked, et cetera, so there's more delay between getting that feedback from the customer. Now, with cold calling, there are some drawbacks. For example, it's much lower leverage than emails and DMs, because with emails, you can blast out 30,000, 40,000, 100,000 emails every single day, automated. And with cold calling, you can't have an AI bot automate your cold calls for you, because no one's going to be interested in a robot. Now, how do I lead scrape? So, there's 2 types of lead scraping. There's manual lead scraping and there's using a software. If you have more time than you have money, do manual lead scraping. But if you have more money than you have time, use a software. So how to manual lead scrape? You can go look up, for example, auto detailing in Houston. Now, it shows you all the auto detailing companies in Houston, Texas. You can click more businesses. Now you have the Google business page. And if you're on Chrome, you can use this extension called Instant Data Scraper. You click it, and instantly you get all the phone numbers, all the names, all the website, everything you need for this business to begin calling them. And with this, you can blast out 300 leads in half an hour, and it's the most effective way to do it manually. Now, if you have more money than you have time, you can use a lead scraping software. There's no affiliate here, but the one I personally use is Outscraper. I'll have this link down in the description, and you can just click on Services, Google Maps, Data Scraper, and you can just input what businesses you're going for. So let's say window tinting. You're doing window tinting businesses, and now you can filter out all the states and the places you actually want to outreach for. And whichever method's for you, as I said, depends. Do you have more time or do you have more money? Now, moving over, you need to be tracking your cold call metrics. And this is very important because you're going to get to the place where your metrics become very, very, very vital, where, let's say you need to switch your script up and you're not tracking your metrics. Suddenly, you're going to have to switch it up randomly. You don't know what parts of your script is failing, what parts are weak, what parts are strong, and you might end up taking out the best part of your script without even knowing it. But if you're tracking your metrics, you're tracking your call volume, your connect rate, your conversion rate, your GTO, which means how much you actually get to your offer during the call before they hang up, your call duration. This is difficult, but if you can do it, do it. Your follow-up rate and your cost per lead. And if you're tracking these, suddenly you can see, oh, well, my GTO is not good, so I need to, quicken up the part before I get to my offer so I can actually pitch my offer more frequently. So track your metrics. Trust me, you do not want to be in a place where you're skipping that. And yeah, I just use a quick spreadsheet like this for keeping track of my leads. Now, moving over, how to follow up for booked appointments. Don't overcomplicate this. Keep it human. Don't make it all AI, body. What you want to do after you book an appointment, send them a quick message saying, hey, let's say it's Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, thanks for hopping on this call with me earlier today. I sent over the Google Meet link so you can join the call so I can break down, what we do for you guys. And you can just give them the link through email and then have that ready for when the call comes so they don't forget about it and you can actually keep your leads hot. Now, if you found this video valuable, I know it's short, but it's really all I need to explain with this. Make sure to like and subscribe. Take action. Don't delay it. Don't watch this video and not do anything. And join the free Discord. There's tons of value in there. There's tons of young entrepreneurs, probably similar age as you, and in a similar place with their business as you are. So go in there, ask questions, network, and level up. And one last thing for someone who already is cold calling, one thing I recently implemented that's helped is getting a Google Voice number, as you can see here. And now I can just paste the numbers from my lead hosting spreadsheet, and I can just paste in here instead of having to manually type it in on my phone, so it's been a lot quicker. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and peace.